Hi, hello, and welcome. I'm so excited in today's video. As we're running into is another tiny, fun home build challenge idea that I came up with. Was that a mouthful? Maybe. But either way, I'm very excited to show you guys what we got into, what I kind of built. I keep mentioning this every time I show you guys a video now. I'm getting so much into builds, and this is kind of an idea that I've been wanting to do for a little boathouse. So I think without any more spoils, let's hop into the video. So this is going to be in Sulani. I didn't necessarily base any of it, or base any of like the furniture or anything as in Sulani. It's just a body of water where you can build in, and I absolutely did have fun. I've never really built anything in the water. It's just we're personally living on a boat. Not living, partially, it's one of our properties in our Disney Princess Challenge. If you're not keeping up with that, that's a-okay. If you want to, you can check it out on my other YouTube page or join us live on Twitch. But either way, I really wanted to build another boat. I wanted to build a big one, but right now I'm kind of just like, you know, wanted to build a tiny one. I built up some references and I saw these really fun like boat houses I could build. And I honestly had a lot of fun. I think the bigger trouble was I didn't know how to shape the boat. I don't know anything about boat shapes, nothing, let alone like boat houses. So I did have a reference for this one, and I think it turned out pretty well. I kept it small because I just, you know, I feel like I get very carried away very quickly. So right now I'm just building like the little walkway, you know, the thing they can walk on, and I think this is like the main reason why it's not a tiny home. Technically, it doesn't classify as one because it is the walkway. I'm pretty sure if you guys want to, you can like cheat your way or walkway to the boat itself to where your Sims don't necessarily need the walkway. I just wasn't really caring for this to stay a tiny home. So if you do want to, you're looking to download this one, absolutely take out the walkway. Let's definitely find ways to shorten it for you guys. So I want to say the biggest trouble or struggle with this build overall was the roofing. Because I'm not a skilled builder with normal houses, the roof for a boat was definitely tricky. I was trying really hard to replicate one of the photos I was looking at, but it came out different and I kind of just ran with it. So with the design itself, I wanted the first and the base floor to have like the front and the back kind of like two different hangout spots outside, and then the upstairs to have, I wasn't quite sure, but in the end it ends up being like this whole little, what's it called, hangout spot up there with a little covered area and a hot tub, which I'm very excited. It ended up being like, I don't know, in my head it became a singles pad, so I thought that was really cool. Right now I'm just kind of creating the back area where you originally like hop on. So with the stairs is exactly how it looked with the photo. But I was just like, I didn't necessarily want my sim, if I was playing it personally, I wouldn't want my sim to be walking through the water to get into their build. So eventually I take that out, I make the walkway a lot closer and make it to where the stairs are gone, but there's just like a little walkway for the patio. So I did play test it, so it does work and whatnot. But as you guys can see, I'm currently trying to figure out the roofing. In the original like photo that I was trying to replicate, they had like this 2-layered like roofing thing, but because I had a pointed edge instead of the similar edge that they had, the roofing became very challenging in covering the whole thing. I don't know how to explain how I came to my end result. I kind of just kept messing, fiddling with it until I was just like, this is good. And then also because I wanted like a patio area up there, I couldn't have the roof next to the, what's it called, the fencing. So I had to like get creative and clever with that. But in the end, I do like the final results. I would love to hear what you have to say. I do want to build another boat, not in this fashion, but in one where I could put a flag on it. Because when I was building this, I like pulled out a flag and I was like, it doesn't really work here, it doesn't really fit. So I was like, okay, well that sucks to suck, I guess. So you might be seeing another boat video, so let me know down below if you guys enjoyed this build, if it's something we should do again, because I do want to make sure you guys enjoy the builds we're making, so definitely let me know down below. And yeah, like, look at me, I'm still experimenting, still trying to figure it out. I had no idea what I was doing. I was trying to test out, like, does anybody have a hint or like tip with like the hexagons and like all those other funky shaped ones all the way to the round one? Like, which one, how do you tell like which one's the best? I just try them all until I'm like, okay, this one fits the best. I can't eyeball it yet to be like, yeah, this works. So I ended up using one of them. It ended up working. Like I said, I just kept playing with it until it worked out. Another reason why eventually you'll see it upstairs has like a covered area is because I felt like the roofing alone was kind of weird. And as you guys can see, this is where I'm like play testing with the fence and this roofing. It just didn't look right. So eventually I tried like platform and whatnot. I did not have Sims. I haven't seen anybody build like this in the Sims 4 quite yet. It's not like I went looking, so I was trying to replicate the photos. So I was getting pretty clever. I don't know how anybody else would solve this. I'm pretty sure there's probably a better way. But then I found out with platforms, like, your fence goes up. So, I mean, makes sense, but I guess I could have made the platform high enough to where, like, you didn't need the fence, but at the same time I wanted the fence, so I don't know, it was such a process to figure out the roof. I guess it's me in general with roofs. I feel like some people are like, yeah, it looks nice here, let's add one here, and I'm like, should we platform it? Yeah, I don't know. I think the final results, which I hope you guys can see, ends up looking very nice. Because the other issue though I had was the two roofings clashing, and you could see one on the other side, and I didn't want to make I wanted to make the rim thicker, but I don't remember the reasoning why at first, but I'm very excited to show you guys the final results with the roofing and how it turned out. I would love to hear guys' thoughts. But the second floor, as I was saying earlier, the reason why I added like a cover is because it just felt kind of naked. I felt like I needed more space. The flag didn't really make sense, although I really did try with the flag. And yeah, I do not know really why I chose that, what's it called, tiling for the roof. I just like the look of it. I did not pack restrict myself for sure. I did try to keep the colors a certain like color scheme. I don't know why I went for this like it reminds me like I'd probably have like shells hanging up on my wall. I didn't design the interior like that. I weirdly designed the interior, which I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on. Mostly like whites and grays. But I don't know why. I just wanted a clean look. Weirdly with this build, I think personally, I feel like you probably would want darker, so like when things get stained, especially since I built this a pad for a fisher person, you know, someone who likes to fish. I kind of got this single individual vibe, like they're on a journey, this is kind of like where they are right now type of sim is what I'm imagining. And I don't know if they would want that like clean like grayish to whites colors inside a fisher boat, but that's kind of what I went for. It's just kind of the vision I wanted and whatnot. And I'm excited to show you guys like different like things I put up for reasonings and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted I wanted a boat, and it kind of just took a turn with this build. It didn't really have like this type of sim. It just slowly formed into this, because originally I was like, I really want to build a small boat. I want to be able to figure it out, build one myself, and see how it goes. So I'm nervous but excited to show you guys the final results. And yeah, the windows and like the doorway and stuff I did duplicate from the photo I was looking at. As you guys can see, the interior is quite small, which is why I find it kind of frustrating that I can't classify this one as a tiny build, because I wanted the walkway. But yeah, so here you guys can see, this is where I realized my walkway is doesn't necessarily make sense. Like, it's there, but I need a pathway to connect. So I think the biggest trouble with this walkway was as you guys can see, like the way it glitches with the two different forms, because I had like the sticks pegs underneath the walkway, but then I wanted like a solid thing for the boat. So I think I did pretty well. I left the boat one just kind of like this plain concrete, and I was able to include the wooden pegs, if I remember correctly, on the platform. We'll have to see the final results, because I'm pretty sure I had to change them to a darker color, but I can't remember. I made it to where it looked not buggy, because as you guys could see with the contrasting, it was just kind of glitching out. And we're just adding a gate. I figured if you're a sim owner and you're gonna play here, you guys know you want to lock people out. So I'd rather lock them out. I was like, a gate, plus if you're gonna want it to close anyway, so you don't want to leave it always open. With the stairs it would have been left open, but I was like, with the sims walking in and also making sense now that there's like a little divot, I was like, let's put a gate in. Extra security, you know, with sims. I swear, even when you're a private lot, sims make their way to your house, which is good for context until, you know, you get tired of them, I guess. But now as we get in, I am building the bathroom with the main focus on the details. I was really trying to find items, and it took me a while to find items that made sense, that if you're swaying constantly, you don't want items falling over, or if you get hit by waves, you would hate if everything got busted open, is what I'm envisioning. I've never lived on a boat. I've taken a ferry before. It's been years, like years. I don't remember the last time I did. So I was just trying to like think about these details, but the one thing that I didn't personally include that I was questioning if I did the wrong thing was, you know, doing the whites and grays. Definitely want to do it again. More piratey theme is what I'm thinking, you know, with the flag and whatnot. But for this one, I did a lot more, like I said, whites and grays. I kind of just went with for it. I think it started with the Murphy bed. I was like, I want like a nice something pull out. From what I hear, you can upgrade a Murphy bed to where it won't kill you. So if you're cool with cheating, cheat your Sims handiness level up and just don't deal with it, or read a book and sleep on the couch until you can upgrade it, I guess, or move in here after you get the level that you need to upgrade it, because dying by Murphy bed is so annoying. Like, how many people in the real world are dying by Murphy beds? Do I want to know? I probably don't want to know, right? I don't. Do I want to know? Probably not, because then I would be like, oh, okay, Sims, that makes sense. But, like, how many people are dying from cloud plants and all the other fun stuff that we do in our gameplay? I don't, the world may never know. Or meteor showers, when you look at the thing, you know what, let me not get on the topic of, like, the weird ways that you can die in your Sims game, but the ways that are so hard. Like, literally trying, no, let's not go into that. Let's not go into that. Oh my goodness. But as you guys can see, after decorating the kitchen, we got the Murphy bed. You could definitely see the color scheme kind of kicking in with these grays and the whites, and like it just felt calm and peaceful. Like, even though it's like a singles pad, it felt very calming, like a getaway. I feel like maybe this is like rich kid, you know, goes off on their boat and lives there for a while, or maybe, you know, they save up, get a boat, or maybe it was their parents' boat that they didn't really use, so they make it their own little singles pad and whatnot. I don't know. That's the vibes I get from it. I'd love to hear what you guys think it explores and what you see, but that's definitely what I see when I was building this, and it was a lot of fun. I feel like I have been enjoying building a lot more, and I hope you guys can see it. I hope so. I'm excited to see what we get into next. I do have quite a few more build ideas, I'm not gonna lie, especially since we are doing our Disney Princess Challenge. We have a Romanceable Werewolf series. We also have, what else? Our Rags to Ranches. I have a lot of different builds that I'm excited to explore. It's giving me so many different ideas, especially being able to do series like our Disney Princess Challenge, where we go from like Cinderella to all the way to Rapunzel, to, I don't know, like I've just been having a lot of fun with these different characters and personas and making it our own. I'm so excited for Rapunzel's generation, where I get to build, like, I want to build some type of tower and lock her up in it, like a legitimate tower of some sort that makes sense in The Sims. So we'll see. I have a few ideas. Shout out to my husband for helping me with those. But that's down the line. We haven't even gave birth. We're not even near the age of giving birth to a Rapunzel, so we got a ways to go. So I, you know, sprinkling some hits out for the future for those who are keeping up with that. If not, that's a-okay. I appreciate both who are here for the builds and those here for the chaotic Sims 4 Let's Plays that we're doing. So now moving on to the decoration, I did personally want to include something from the, what's it called? I just said it earlier. The pack itself that we're living in. Oh god, islands. Oh my god, my brain's fried and sizzled from the pack. I literally said it literally just minutes ago. But either way, that's why I added certain pieces of decorations, like the banner and whatnot. I feel like if we're traveling and we're like living the boat life, like the piece I'm moving around now is from Island Living, because I wanted to be able to incorporate that and it makes sense. I also wanted to incorporate fish decor. I felt like this is a person who just like lives on their own, does some fishing, really enjoying the life, and maybe makes their own food. I don't know why. I just wanted it to be a fisher's pad at the same time. So we added like the thing on the wall. I added a fishing tank, even though it took up so much space. I don't know how much it makes sense to have a fish tank, but personally I feel like it was a nice touch. Am I weird? I don't know. I added that for that reason. You're a fisher person, so I added like I wanted the nice clean kitchen. I wanted the fishing tank so we can store our fish. We got the fisherman decoration, just the whole shebang. So I wanted to make sure we incorporated all of that. And yeah, although the only kitchen appliance that I was like questioning, which you'll see later, is I did put like knives on the wall, and I was like, Don't know about that. But either way, I hope it makes sense. And like, I think the only thing that could like potentially fly away is by the TV area. I do add a lot of things there, but maybe they move it around or pull it out as needed. So I don't know. I try, and like the other thing I guess is the clothing, which is above the Murphy bed. I just wanted to make sure they had a spot for clothes. So that's where it went. It's just kind of hanging. Maybe I felt like they probably didn't have a lot of clothes. So even if it fell down when things got crazy out in the sea, it's fine. Like, I just feel like if you're living out here, you don't have a lot of options. So I was just like, you know, let's just hang up a few clothes. Hopefully it still makes sense. I was able to incorporate, because with the TV, it also includes the music. I also added like the little books area. And I made sure to add decoration here and there. I wasn't like restricting myself with a budget, so I had a lot of fun with that. And I added the clothing that had the little hat on it, because I felt like that'd be like a fisher person's hat, and I thought that was perfect. And we also have a dresser that I included. It doesn't really make sense, because I feel like the fisher tank could technically have a dresser underneath, but I included an actual dresser that your sim can click on, and you can change their outfits if you so desire. I personally don't. I feel like I use MCC Command Center more to change my outfits than to actually have my sim go somewhere to change it. Or I hit the change outfit option. I don't know. Do you guys use the dresser to actually click on it and say change your outfits? Maybe I should do that more often. I feel like it gives a sense of more realism, maybe. I just feel like the more my brain has to think about what my sims do, the more work it is to continue things. Plus, your sims don't always listen. So annoying. Darn sims. Especially when they get tired. I'm like, I ain't dealing with you no more. But I do believe we're about to get upstairs to show the final bits into this amazing, loving build that I get to do. And like I said, I'm excited to see what we get into next. But let's move on upstairs. So as for up here, it's going to go pretty quickly. We're going to get into the final tour, but it changes quite a bit. I added the hot tub for a singles pad, but a lot of the debate was like, okay, is this a fight houser? Does it make sense to have a little garden? So in the final bit, I add a little bit of everything. So I'm very excited to show you guys the final tour. Just a quick glimpse, because I feel like you've already seen a lot of it. So why don't we just jump on in and see what we got going on. Here we are with the final look of the build. I absolutely love it. As you guys can see a bit more of the top and the roofing design I was talking earlier. We also got like a few fishing things that I added at the end. My husband was just like, oh, where's like the little fishing stuff? And I was like, what about here? He's like, you can kind of reach it. So guess that works. But let's get on in here. Oh, don't see the upstairs yet. But as you guys can see, as soon as we walk in, this is what I was talking about. The things are a bit different, but it doesn't glitch out as much, so that's good. But you have a little seating area where I'm imagining you can fish here if you desire. We got a trash can, a few fishing things up here, but let's get on in here. Immediately you can see the color range I was talking about, not a whole lot of color and whatnot. We got that one thing, the one little piece of art from the pack itself. I was like, that makes sense. Here's the little knives that I was a little concerned about per se, whether or not they actually hold up with the waves, but I was like, if we're cooking, we need at least one detail for the cooking stuff, you know what I mean? But getting on over here is our living quarters. We got the fishing tank, a mirror to calm down when your sims are hysterical. Got like a nice little spot to like watch TV. That is a curtain within the thing. I imagine it goes up and down if you want it to, please. Yeah, I guess quickly let's go show the bathroom off real quick. Nothing too special. Like I said, I don't want to put too much in here. Plus, a sink didn't fit, but like too much in the sense of like if it's flying everywhere. I didn't want to add too much, but let's work our way over. This is where you guys eat. You got like our little two things. I'm imagining we could put the chairs away. I'm assuming you want to probably tie them down or something with rope. But this is like a nice little spot to view also. So let's get on over here. Let's actually go upstairs. Last little bit that I kind of talked about. There we go. We have like the hot tub. We got the grill. We got the one thing, the garden. I was like, I just don't know if you'd want to garden on a boat. I don't hear people gardening on boats per se. But I was like, if I'm making fresh fish, living off of that, I want my own little garden. Like, how often do I go to the shoreline? I don't know. And we got our little decorative thing. Because I don't know. I'm trying to remember to incorporate that more. Because personally, if you're playing The Sims, you typically, I feel like you want it to like decorate and stuff, but I don't really do it as much as I should be. So that is our little boathouse. I'd love to hear what you guys think of the final look. What should we build next? And I'm so excited to be able to build like the pirate version of it. So, and yay, that'll be it for this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new to this village, welcome on in. Let me know. Like literally, I keep saying this, but I would love to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts, especially on things that I'm not so confident with. Because I feel like we either go down crazy routes when I hear your guys' opinions, or you guys are just like, yeah, it looks good. I absolutely appreciate that. So I hope you guys guys have an amazing day. I cannot wait to see what we get into next, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!